Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today we're going to be going over the raid event. We're going to take a look at the Forest of Thorns trials. We have a Forest of Thorns week next week. And they changed the trial team, so I want to take a look at it. I don't know what it was before. I didn't go around and look at all the trial teams. I think I did real quick, but I can't remember them. But they changed the team. I don't like it very much, but it is what it is. It should be safe. So that's the first thing. I'm not going to do this first, but I just want to talk about it first. Also, my audio, I'm on a different side of the room. If it starts to cut in and out, let me know. I usually go to the other side of the room because we used to have trouble with the mic cutting in and out because of, I think, the Wi-Fi signal. I'm not 100% correct or sure on that one, but that's what I was thinking, and that's what worked, was switching to the other side of the room. Now I'm playing with fire by being on this side. This is the side I like. I have to move a bunch of stuff around to be on the other side. And I was like, screw that, I'm going to try it. Let's see what happens. You guys let me know. If it sounds like crap, let me know. But that's an always thing. The audio, the sooner the better. Alright, what up, Florian, Sane, Trey, JM Ricks? How's it going? But yeah, they changed the team to this one. And there's only one damage dealer. So I don't know about that. Let me jump into the chat. Of course, my dogs start to bark as soon as we start. Cool. Where should I go? Channel. Heading to the chat, sorry. But deal damage to all enemies boosted by elf. Hey, I told you to mute. Deal damage to all enemies boosted by elf, elemental, and beast allies. So elf, elemental, and beast. There's an elemental. That's not. There's an elf. There's an elemental. So at least we got 3. But with King Averlorn, it'd be nice if you had multiple elf, elemental, and beast. Like, I don't know, more than they're giving us here, I guess. What I was thinking is maybe we try to summon a Forest of Thorns troop, like die on purpose, and then see if you can get like Rowan or King Bloodwood or Yasmin or something like that. But I don't know if I don't ever like trying to die on purpose. It's not my favorite thing to do. But like this Earth Dreamer, give attack and life to the first ally boosted by elementals, elves, and green allies. Usually when you do something like that, you want to go all in. If you're using a boost ratio, like our whole team would be green, or our whole team would be elementals that are green, or our whole team would be elves. It's like they don't know how to build a team, even though they're the developers of the game. Chad with the 2, thank you so much, bro. Also, Ruhan, thank you. Alright, let's see what y'all are saying in case the audio sucks. We got Florian, Sane, David was gifted a membership by Ruhan. Thank you, Ruhan. You're a legend. We got Trey, we got Jam Ricks, we got Chad with the 2. So Ruhan ran out there, rag, butt crack, then Chad ran up after him, stole the rag out of his back pocket, put it in his back pocket, and then they got it started. It was like capture the flag or flag football. Alright, let's see. Working on back end stuff. But good morning, everyone. Alright, anyway. In the greens here, transform a selected mana color to green and tangle a random enemy. That'll work well with the Forest Troll, who's doubling the number of green gems on the board, then create 3 green gems. We should have a ton of green. And then King Averlorn's like your only damage option. But he also has a summon, so it should be pretty safe. It feels like one of those where you're just trying to survive and get off a bunch of King Averlorns. So, like, the final battle is going to be long. Long or difficult. Not sure which one. Probably both. Maybe not difficult because you can summon. It's kind of like the Baba Yaga thing, where you want to keep your Baba Yaga alive. You probably want to protect the king at all costs on this one. Unless they change it again by Monday, you never know. I kind of like previewing the trial team on the weekend before the week of the event, but they've been changing it at the last second the last few weeks, so I can't do that. But they changed it early this time, so I feel like I can look at it with some confidence for once, which is nice. It's only smart to practice beforehand instead of waiting till the week, even though you have a whole week to do it, I guess. Sir Michael, Sane, thank you. All right, let's go. Guess we'll do raids. I always grab these pet gifts because they only put pets here that you need. They will never put a pet up here that you have at 20 fully ascended. So you don't even really have to check. If you want to, you can check by hitting square on PlayStation. But it shows me... I think it shows you better before you purchase it. But if you push square before you purchase it, it'll tell you how many you have if you want to double check. But they almost... I've never seen it to where they will offer you a pet that you already have fully ascended. So you should feel safe grabbing any pet that they offer you. Tribute. Hey, what up, Shannon? How's it going? What you been up to? Sir Michael, Sane, Chad, I keep saying David, but I don't know if David's here or not. He just got gifted. JM Ricks, Trey. Good morning, Stacy. We're going to be doing the raid, taking a look at the Forest of Thorns trial team for next week. Next week is Forest of Thorns Kingdom Week. They keep pushing back the Legends Reborn for Adana. You know how I keep mentioning it? Every time I do a spoiler video, I'm like mentioning the Legends Reborn for Adana. Well, they keep pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back. Okay. Grab this crap. Whoa, Shannon, thank you so much for the 20. Really, really appreciate it. You are the big bicep bodyguard. We got Ruhan as the engineer, Chad as the conductor, and Shannon with the 20, the 1999, as the big bicep bodyguard. Stacy, the bandit kicker, thank you so much. You're a legend. Absolute legends in the chat. Appreciate it. You've been up to all of it, flying airplanes and playing golf? That sounds awesome, dude. Hopefully not at the same time. Could you imagine? It's like me when I was a kid, trying to do all the sports while using a golf cart. Let's play football, but with a golf cart. Let's play basketball, but with a golf cart. Let's go. I'm talking too much. I have not even done barely any of this. I did the video on Thursday night, because I already knew the restriction. If I already know the restriction, I can do the video preemptively. So I don't have to wake up at 4 a.m., which I always try to avoid. I think the only day where I definitely can't do that is Mondays with the World Event team. But maybe I could. I don't know. Just anything to avoid waking up at 4 a.m. So I did the raid video Thursday night. So I barely did anything yesterday. We went to see her dad, who lives down in Kentucky. So we had to drive. And then we were there for a while. And then we had to drive back. And it just took out a whole chunk of my day. So I barely played at all. If anything's going to lose, it's probably Gems of War. You know, video games. Alright, here's my team. This is for the early battles. You're just clearing quickly. I put this one on here. It's the new weapon. King Mikhail and Rage Kurandara, just to use it. It hits all enemies. You can line up the yellow, Doomskull. Urskula hits all enemies. 50% start. Only applying to him, but it's okay. Hits all enemies too. And I'm using Mechanist to level it. If I was you, I would use Sentinel or some other 50% start that you're trying to level. Airplane golf could be fun. That's awesome. You're like flying and you try to get as close to the ground as you can. You got a club in your hand and you're hanging out the airplane window and then you try to hit the ball. Like Super Billy Madison. You're like Superman Madison or something. Alright, let's cast King Mikhail. And everybody dies. We gotta make it to the Zul'Goth to do the real team. Beg for Mercy is here. What up? Did I miss anybody? I think I got everybody. Florian said hello. Sane said, does that say oi? Trey said morning. JM Ricks, good morning. Chad, morning. You're a legend. Ruhan, thank you. You're a legend. Sane, leave a like. Sir Michael, good morning. Stacy. For Shannon, I meant. But Stacy, too. Shannon's a legend. Stacy's a legend, too. I just knew it. And then, playing golf, flying airplanes. You fly over and drop the ball out the window. Harrison Ford likes to land on golf courses. Dude, that sounds even better. You try to drop the ball in the hole, flying in an airplane. That's like over in Ukraine with all the drone stuff, and grenades. Ebony's here. Good morning. All right, let's go. All I need to do is get up King Mikhail or Enrage Kurandara and cast it. So, my weapon was getting up next turn no matter what. No reason. Well, I could have took it, I guess. Really just trying to get up King Mikhail. You could use something different like Mountain Crusher. Whenever I show a weapon, there's probably like 10 other options. You don't have to think, man, I don't have that weapon. Now I can't use that team. Same with Enraged Kurandara. Just put another King Mikhail on your team. You can figure it out. The one thing with King Mikhail, he always slows me down because I want to try to make something happen with his spell and the explode. Like I could get red right here. There's 2 red here. There's 1 red here. I could cast it right here and get a red match. Even though they're going to die in one shot. Like I'm always back of my head, hesitating, trying to make something happen with the board control, with the explode. King Mikhail slows me down in a weird way. Bull is here. Or Bull Bull Bull. How y'all doing? Good to catch a live stream again. Have been busy. Hope all keeping well. I think that's the case with a lot of us on this channel. We share a lot of viewers with a lot of other channels, but you can't totally base like our views off other channels' views because we do have a different like core and a different people. Maybe 50% is shared and then 50% is just people that watch just me. But it's summertime. I always mention summer slowdown. Are you inside playing Gems of War or are you outside doing things? You know what I mean? A lot of us are busy with work. Diablo 4 is out right now, so if you are inside playing a game, are you thinking about Gems of War? I just feel like there's a nice chunk of people that aren't even thinking about Gems of War right now. And that's affecting some of the views and some, affects me big time. Because I'm going to play every day no matter what and make videos every day no matter what time of year it is, or no matter what other game is out. So, of course, when it's summertime, people aren't inside as much. Diablo 4 comes out or some other crazy good game, and everybody's playing that. It's like a double whammy, and I can't expect to have the same amount of views as normal. It's like a 10% at least drop right now. Let's just get up King Mikhail and cast it. I think that's the smart thing to do. Until he stops one-shotting. So brown or yellow. Diablo Junkie. I know, I love Diablo too. I haven't played it in a long time. But I got people asking me to try Diablo 4 and like play. Let's take a look at our medals. I'm gonna go all Nisha. Oops. Since Urskula's already starting King Mikhail with 50%, I don't know. An Anu would be okay, but it would only affect 1 troop on our team, so that's kind of how you decide. Are you going to use an Anu or not? You kind of want the Anu to apply to at least like 3 of your troops or more. If you already have a 50% start on Urskula, 50% start on King Mikhail, 50% start on your hero, you're just wasting a metal slot with the Metal of Anu. Let's cast this. Do this. Get the death mark. Didn't happen though, because Ulgath is immune to it. Could do that though. Now I'm going to switch to the raid boss killer as soon as it starts to get annoying. Which isn't yet. Diablo 3 was amazing. Tyrion says, problem getting your weapon up, try a blue chew. Ruhan says, I really liked your top 20 Mythics video. Cinny, thank you. Been looking for an updated list like that. I liked it too, except for I wish I would have re-recorded it. There was a lot of, I don't know, I wish I would have re-recorded. Tighten it up. Make it like a 30-minute video instead of a 40-minute video. But I already did so much work on it. Like, Thursday was that, so I had to do the class event video. I had to do the top 20 Mythics video. And of course I waited until Thursday to do it. So I was writing everything down. I was going through all the Mythics, writing them down, and you have to narrow it down. And I did the tally mark thing, this versus that. That took a while. And then recording the video took at least 40 minutes, right? Probably more. And then you got to do all the back-end stuff to get the video out. The thumbnail, which was an elaborate thumbnail. I had 4 different troops on it. I have a bunch of different colors. That's not easy. And I wish I could have had time to re-record and cut out at least 5 minutes of, you know what I means? I can cut out all the you know what I means or you know what I'm sayings. It probably would have dropped by like 5 minutes. Self-deprecation. I love it. Because I hear it, I know. Just getting dumber the older I get. Rain Man's here. What up? Just passing through. We'll have to listen to this later today. Yeah, I liked all the Diablos. Like I've said before, the only one I didn't play all the way through was Diablo 3. And it was a timing issue, not that I didn't like it. Bang, bang. Diablo 1, I loved it. I have a soft spot for games with crappy graphics, basically. And it's not exactly that, but it's nostalgia, and I don't care about graphics at all. 0%. 0%. I'm feeling... I used to say it's like... I cared about graphics about 5%. It's almost 0%. I really don't care at all. I would hate to be a person out there that all you care about is graphics. It's almost not a thing anymore because graphics are so good. It's almost not a thing you even say. Like, the graphics are awesome. Remember that? Because everything looks really good now, so what's the point of even freaking saying that? I'll take a Diablo 1 style graphic game any day. I think it also has something to do with how games got easier. As the graphics got better, they kind of got easier. And I'm looking for a challenge whenever I'm playing. So whenever I see like an older game with crappy graphics, I usually think in my head it's probably a little bit harder, more challenging. Everything's babyfied these days. Or you can buy your way to the top. So when I see those old crappy graphics, I'm like, there we go. Can't wait. Of course there's old crappy games that suck too, but if I already know, like, hey, Diablo, of course it's going to be good. Warcraft, it's probably good. Final Fantasy, it's probably good. So I'll take one of the older ones. Just know it's good. Instead of a newer one. Diablo 1 and 2 were my life. 3 was good, but never got to play as much as I wanted. That's what I hear from most people. I also heard people saying that it's not as good as like 1 and 2. And that 4 is more like 2 than it is like 3. But that's just hearsay. I don't know for sure. Yo, Trey, thank you so much, bro. You're a legend. Gifted a membership, and it went to nobody. But you just got to click that button. Whoever clicks allow gifts right now will probably get that one. It's looking for someone to give. It's looking for someone to give the gift to. Anybody in the chat that clicks that button probably will get it. Chalky says nostalgia is always good. The old Pokemon is better than the newer ones, even though the newer ones have better graphics. Exactly. Pokemon's a good example. Like, what was it back in the day? Red and blue? Red and blue? Was that the first Pokemon, Red and blue? I'm not a big Pokemon guy, but I do like it, and I used to play the old ones. It's too early to drag me back in. I haven't been able to escape yet. Yep. Red, blue, and the third one was yellow. I think I was a red guy. Not by choice. I think I received it as a present. Or maybe it was blue. I can't... Nah, I think it was red. Isn't red like Charizard and then blue's like, the bubble guy, the turtle guy? I'm not a good Pokemon. I'm not a good Pokemon. I'm gonna leave it there. Not a Pokemon expert. I know some of them. You know, it was a cool game back in the day? Pokemon Snap. I think people look at that like they look at Gems of War. They don't try it. They just think it's Candy Crush. I had a comment the other day calling this game Candy Crush. I had to explain, no, it's more like an RPG. It's not Candy Crush. You know, people think that about Gems of War. Like, a lot of people think this is Candy Crush that we're playing. I don't think it's even close. Just looks similar. Stacy clicked allow. Red and blue were the original US releases. Red and green in Japan. Bull's been a member for 2 months. Thank you for the continued support. Beg says 4 is more complex to build than prior Diablos. My biggest issue is it's always online. You cannot stop in the middle of a dungeon and continue later. It may be... so it's like Dark Souls. Or like EverQuest. I play those games all the time, though, so I'm more used to it than you guys, probably. Like, if you're, trying to think of an example. Like, in Dark Souls, you can't pause. You don't have to always be online, but you can't pause. So if you're playing the game, you can't just pause it. You have to rest at a bonfire. And you can quit whenever you want. Like, you could turn the game off, but you can't pause, basically. And like EverQuest is the same. You have to camp. You can't just pause. If something's happening, you can't just pause it and go take a poop. So it's more like real life, where you can't just pause real life and go take a poop. If something's happening, you can't just pause. But that is annoying. I used to hate when they used to do that. They would, when they first started doing that, making everything online, when I didn't want to play online. Alright, I think I'm going to throw the boss killer on the bottom pretty soon. Let's see how it's doing, though, without it. Matthew Walls was gifted a membership by Trey Bobuff. It found somebody. It found you, Matthew. Chalky says Blastoise was blue, yellow was my first, Pikachu following you. Tyrion says Blastoise on blue, Charizard on red, Pikachu on yellow, and Japan only Venusaur. Bull says I'm busy running my guild in Club Chad. Is that the name of your guild, Club Chad? Lord Augustin, what up? Okay, let's do yellow. Just Zulgoth. Might be time for Baron Gary. Killed him pretty easy, though, still. So the mic sounds fine? It's not, like, cutting out? Is it too loud or not loud enough? I've been messing with the volume a little bit. I feel like I'm screaming today, but... King Mikhail, if you got it. You can always move it. Try to keep it, like, far away from my nose. Alright, cool, Chad. Thank you, man. Definitely paranoia whenever you're doing a live stream about your audio. That's why you don't want to, like, change it ever. If it sounds good, if it's working, don't mess with it. Then you don't have to worry about it. And I decided to mess with it today, so I have to worry. Alright, thank you, Tone Smoke Off. I had someone in the comments say it was a low, and they had to turn their TV up to 100. And I've been there before. I'll be watching something, and somebody has really low audio, and you got to jack it up to 100. And then a commercial comes on, a freaking ad comes on. Oh my god, dude. There's like a couple channels I can't watch when I'm trying to go to sleep. You put something on in the background. You guys ever been there? You're putting on a channel in the background that you really want to watch while you're trying to go to sleep, and you're just listening to it, but their audio is so low, you got to jack it up to 100, and then an ad comes on while you're trying to sleep, and the audio is like at 100 on the ad. It's like, tampons! Get some tampons! And you're trying to sleep. Like, man, had a crazy dream about tampons last night. I don't know why. The heck? Oh yeah, I was watching that one channel. Their audio is so low, I had to jack it up. I must have been sleeping, and there was an ad about tampons. That or it's the other way around. They have like a really loud channel. You're watching a regular channel, but it goes into the loud channel while you're sleeping. It plays the next video and it's the loud channel. Ad block for the win. You know they're taking that away. I know you're in a different country, so I don't know if it applies to you, but YouTube's taking away that ad block thing. At least they were. Something I heard about a couple weeks ago and I haven't heard about since. But they're getting rid of the ad block thing. You're not allowed to use YouTube if you have an ad blocker soon. I'm gonna lose like half my people off that, probably. You love that rant? Hey, it's relatable, right? Everybody here watches YouTube. And you all probably watched it before while you're trying to go to sleep. And then some loud commercial comes on or some loud channel. Or you're so dead asleep that you wake up wondering why you were dreaming about Blue Chew. Oh yeah, look at this. That's what he's there for. Line up that yellow. He's also AoE damage, but I just haven't been casting him. He's kind of like... 2 King Mikhails is probably better. I just wanted to use Enraged Kurandara, so... An aggressive tampon ad. Yeah. Buy him now! Buy him now, I'm gonna come to your house. they're so useful in many different ways. Even if you're a man, you can use them to stop a nosebleed. Does your pet have a wound? Bloody nose? Question mark? Use a pawn. Stick it up your nostril, and it will stop the bleeding. Gunshot wound. Break out the Playtex. Stick it in the wound. Good to go. They're very useful. It's not just for ladies. It doesn't always have to be that either. It could be something else, like a water leak. I don't know. All my examples are gross, I'm sorry. Somebody's wife is walking away and telling them to turn it off right now. Is he talking about what I think he's talking about? Turn that guy off. That guy's an asshole. Yeah, you guys like the top 20 mythics? I like to put something like that out and then discuss it with people in the comments. It's my favorite thing to debate. I love the Wild Queen versus the Wild King debate because they're so close. And I know it's the trendy thing to say that the Wild King is better, and you're not wrong when you say it. So it's easy to say that one. It's easy to be on that side. You're taking the easy side of the argument when you say the Wild King. So go do your easy argument. Be on the easy side. With all the lazy people. But I realized somebody, and this is no shade to this person. I love this person. I gotta have people like this person. I swear, no shade at all. But they thought that the Wild King giving attack to your whole team made him better than the Wild Queen because he thought that attack meant spell damage. And I love when people say stuff like that because I have no idea people are thinking that. How am I supposed to know people are thinking that attack gives you spell damage? I mean, it's kind of, if you think about it, it's attack. You're doing attacks. I'm doing an attack when I do King Mikhail. Even though it's called a spell in the game. This is a spell. It's not an attack. The only attack in the game is when you use skulls. So this guy getting attack is useful because this is the guy doing the skull damage. Whenever you take skulls on the board, you see how this guy like jumps over to the other team and like hits them in the face, like punches them? It's because he's the one doing it. If your whole team did it, I would understand. Your whole team doesn't jump over and punch the other side in the face. That'd be cool. They need to make a gem that does that. That'd be sick. Could you imagine? AoE skull damage, and it takes into account like everybody's attack, and they all jump over and punch the adjacent troop in the face? That'd be sick, dude. I just thought of that. Could you imagine? Like a skull, you would take it, and then everybody on your team would jump over and punch the other guy in the face. But the way it works right now is any skulls you take, only your first troop does skull damage. He's the one that's jumping over and punching the other first guy in the face. That's your tank. Or using his sword, or whatever you want to think about it. However you want to think about it. Bashing him in the face with my shield. But that's all that attack does, is for your first slot. That's it. So the fact that the Wild King gives your whole team attack really doesn't matter unless you're about to die and lose. So if you're on a loser team, then the Wild King is better. Because you'll lose your first slot, he'll die. Now this one has attack, because you've been given attack to your whole team. This is your new tank, your new guy that's punching the other guy in the face using the skulls, because your first slot died. So if this one dies too, ooh, now you got attack with this one too, and you can use it with the skulls. But the only time the Wild King, there's only certain troops that boost off attack for their spell. It's like Gargoyle and stuff like that. But it's very few and far between. Most troops boost off spell damage. So the giving attack to the whole team thing isn't that big of a plus. Because the only troop that even cares is your first slot. The Wild Queen gives more than the Wild King to the first slot. The Wild Queen steals attack. You can steal it from the enemy team. Now they have less, so you can steal it from their first slot, or you can steal it from their second slot if their first slot's entangled. Next time they use skulls, they're going to hit not as hard. You're going to steal like half of their attack. So the backfire on the Wild Queen is way less than on the Wild King. Now the Enrage is nice with the Wild King. The Bone Storm is nice. If you want to, that's why it's the easy side to be on of the argument. Because all you have to do is bring up the Enrage or the Bone Storm, and I can't argue with that. It's good. That's nice. Once again, Enrage. If I use this Enrage, he has Enrage right now with the sword. The sword is red. That means I'm enraged. Well, as soon as you use it, it's gone. So, and you're not going to cast the Wild King like 50 times in a battle. But the Wild Queen gives attack to your first slot, and it stays forever. That attack stays forever. That the Wild Queen gives to your first slot. It can use it first skull hit, second skull hit, third skull hit, fourth skull hit. In Rage, you can only do the first one, and then it's gone. So second is just your normal attack, normal attack, normal attack. The Bone Storm's probably the biggest advantage that I can't argue. Because the Wild King, it's easier Bone Storm. Those are basically what color do you need? Do you need green or do you need yellow? Because they're really close. So I still had to put her up there. If you're going to say the Wild King is the top 10, you got to put the Wild Queen either right up his butt or right in front of him. Because they're really close. They're so similar. Unless you're doing like first 10 mythics to craft, and then you could choose one or the other and leave one off. But that's not how I was doing my top 20. It was a this or that thing. Would I rather have the Wild Queen, or would I rather have Leonis Tower? Oh, I'd rather have the Wild Queen. Would I rather have the Wild Queen, or would I rather have whatever? And I would give Wild Queen a tally mark. But everybody had that chance, so the Wild King had the same chance to go up against Leonis Tower, or Sycorax, or Flaming Oni. Same exact chance. To go up against everybody and get tally marks. Man pawns, yeah. Sane says I would jump through the roof all of the sudden. Tampons. Tone says I'm on YouTube now listening to your rant. Ruhan says, I'm glad about the gunshot wound idea for tampons. I live in South Africa. It's like LARPing GTA 5 24/7. Hey, there you go. Just carry tampons in your back pocket. Man-pawns are for, it's not even for blood. Man-pawns is for the other side. Chalky says it sort of does for some troops that boost off attack. Yeah, very rarely, though. Are you going to build a team with the Wild King and a random gargoyle on it? It doesn't go good, very good together. Maybe like High King Iron Gut. But you could put High King Iron Gut in first slot. The Wild Queen is just as good. It would only be like a team where High King Iron Gut or Gargoyle or something like that is on your team. And that's already kind of a weird team, especially the Gargoyle one. Because you're doing spell damage, splash damage with Gargoyle, and then you're doing skull damage with the Wild King. The only thing that works really is High King Iron Gut. Because he can devour, get more attack, do really heavy skull damage. But if you got Zul'Goth, why are you going to use the Wild King instead of Zul'Goth? I guess until you get Zul'Goth, the Wild King would be a good replacement for that team. The High King Iron Gut Zul'Goth team that everybody uses. You could do High King Iron Gut and the Wild King. But I would rather have Zul'Goth instant killing and then putting just as many skulls on the board. And, Mike Sheard, what's up? I think I just invented the Mega Uber Skull. I know, that sounds awesome, right? It's probably too hard for them to do, to make all the troops jump over and punch the other troop in the face. It's probably too hard. But they wouldn't have to do the, they wouldn't have to do that. Just make it implied that they did that. Sometimes people make things harder than they really are, just to be lazy. They invent all these reasons why they're not doing something, when they don't have to do that. Just like me with my top 20 Mythic video. I could have, not put it out because I wasn't happy with the commentary, and I wanted to re-record it, and then you guys wouldn't get it for like another week. But I just put it out because it is what it is. Screw it. I promised it on a day, and I put it out on the day that I promised. And that's it. Maybe if I didn't promise it on a day, I would have took more time with it. But how much time can you dedicate to a video? I don't know. That's how I feel anyway. Like, I could make masterpieces and put out one video a week, but I'm kind of going down the other route. So I'm already going down the other route where I'm doing videos every day. Like quantity instead of quality. I'm already going down that route. So if I do a top 20 mythics, it's going to also be the same kind of video. A quantity over quality. I could do one video a week, make it perfect, where I can put out a video every single day. And I chose to put out a video every single day. That's my strategy right now. So anytime I do a top 10, top 20, or a guide video, it's probably going to not be super sculpted and redone 5 times in a row. There's some people out there that would probably be really good at YouTube, but they're too scared to make a channel because they're too scared to screw up or say something wrong or have people make fun of them or something. Nobody will. Just do it. And if they do, just block them and screw them. The Mega Uber Skull. Wild Queen is way better, says MG. I think it's super close, like I said. I could argue on both sides. I can see both sides. And I think it all comes down to what color do you need. Is it a green team or is it a yellow team? King of the Ravens, me too. I don't have it, so maybe I'll feel a different way once I have it and I use it. But, I don't know. I think it's good. I had to put it on there. What does everybody else think about that for the King of the Ravens? The only comment I got about the King of the Ravens on my list was that it should be higher. Because it's way awesome, and wait till you get it. It's going to be awesome. Man ponds are for swamp ass. You're right. It's more for like leaky butt. I guess that's the same thing. 2022 Mythic tier list over 6 months later. Sane! Thank you for the continued support. Member for 3 months. You're on the leaderboard? World event? PC mobile? Nice. Good job. Congrats. Glorfindel was going for the Sentinel leaderboard. Got some leaderboard people in the chat. I don't know if he's here. He's probably working, but he put it in the comments or something. Should I do a different team? Like, maybe... Because most people probably don't have Enraged Kurandara. I think a lot of people do by now. But, like, beginners... I don't know. I already made a video. Go watch the raid video if you want to see more teams. I got 4 teams on there. I'm going to keep using this for now. I'm going to go, like... I'm going to do, like, 3 or 4 more battles, and we'll do something else. Just because I haven't done any raid yet, and I need to do some. Okay. You know what's crazy? Like the like goal? You guys met it and everything, but I don't think it got us more views. I assume that's why people do the like goals. They're trying to get more views, like more likes. YouTube's supposed to share your video out more if you get more likes. And we got 100+ likes on that World Event Team video, and it really didn't get more views than usual. It's about the same. It's kind of strange. Maybe like we would have got way less because of summer slowdown, like I was explaining earlier. I think our community is smart adults, so we're doing things. We're going outside. We're working. We're playing other games. So we're not just staring at Gems of War all day. So I think maybe you guys prevented the summer slowdown, basically, with those likes. Because normally on like a team video that I put out at Reset on Monday, I usually expect 1K views around there throughout the week. Not on the first day, maybe not on the second day, but by the time the week is over, I'm hoping for at least 1,000 views on that video. Same with the Friday video where I wake up or I do it the day before. I'm usually hoping for around 1K by the time, you know, Monday rolls around. At least these days. Lowered my expectations a little bit. And we're still on track. Oops, I didn't mean to cast that. We're still on track and everything. But you would think if we normally get 50, 60, something like views, if we got 100, you would think we would get more views, but anyway. Yeah, the Kurandara in the Soulforge, yep. I think we talked about that on Wednesday's live stream. Off Jump Street. Alright, one more battle, then we'll go do the trial. For Forest of Thorns, which is next week. We're just going to take a look at it. Maybe I can give you guys some tips. Because I don't usually do the Epic trial until like at least the weekly preview on Monday, which is like halfway through the day on Monday. And I really don't finish it up until Wednesday on the live stream. So to give you guys a little bit of tips right now for early Monday, I guess. And just to look at it, give myself some tips. I can start to think about what I want to do with that team. Yeah, I got another Kurandara out of the Forge because there's nothing I need anyway, and I had a ton of diamonds, and it's a cheap. Might as well get it. So now I have 2. But yeah, Kurandara is still 1,000 diamonds in the Forge if you haven't got it yet. It's a good deal. You got Kurandara, but not enraged. Mike says you got a Kurandara team, just spent some Vault Diamonds and not sure what to do with Bargain Troop. You could just plop them on this team instead of Enraged. There'll be a line of players trying to get on board at Sane. Ruhan says, I haven't even tried an Epic Trials yet. Have no faith? Well, I'd recommend trying the first battle, but it's not like that big of a deal. I bet you a lot of people will stop doing them as time goes by. It's just a gotta catch 'em all fever right now. Gotta catch 'em, Pokemon. Hey, that's cool, Ruhan. Yeah, go get it. It's worth it. I probably should have put Enraged Kurandara on my top 20, but he was right there. He was the next honorable mention. With his tally marks. Like 14 was the break point, kind of. If they had 14 tally marks or something like that, they made the list. And he had 13. So he is right there. Enraged Kurandara. might make the top 25. But somebody said in the comments, they were like, you pretty much have 25 there if you count Diamantina and you count the Dragon Egg boss troops, or the Dragon Egg dragons. If you count those as like one slot, and then you count Diamantina as one slot, and then you got my 3 honorable mentions, I pretty much put out a top 25. Starry Pet. Yeah, that's a good idea, Bull. I think that's what a lot of people should do. If you're mid-game and under, or even early, late game. Let's go Forest of Thorns and take a look at the trial. It's coming up next week. Alright, Forest Troll, Green Seer, King Averlorn, and Earth Dreamer. 33% skull reduction. Inflict Entangle when doing skull damage. Yeah, you should probably be in first slot. I might put King Averlorn at the back of the team, but then he'd be totally blocked. Yeah, I guess Earth Dreamer. Guess leave it like that. I guess it's already in the right order, which is nice. You don't have to change it. Like, I don't care that Earth Dreamer is getting totally blocked. At least it's got that nature link. And probably what you're going to do in the later Epic Trials is put Earth Dreamer in first slot. And go like, something like this. It's protect the king at all costs. You'll sacrifice the Earth Dreamer to then summon in, hopefully, Rowan or King Bloodwood or Yasmin or something like that. But in these early battles, go like this, I think. Let's try it. Yeah, anybody have any questions? I just talked about the Wild King and the attack and everything versus the Wild Queen. That was off of somebody mentioned something I didn't know people were thinking. So any kind of question, even if it's a beginner question, don't feel like anybody's going to judge you or call you stupid. That'll never happen. You could bring up a question that I never even thought people were thinking. It's hard after 6 years of playing this game to think about everything and anything other people might be thinking about the game. It's just difficult. Like, as another example, people thought that you got points for Guild Wars defend teams based on how they did in battle, but that's not true. But somebody thought that, and maybe other people out there thought that. I could explain it, like, no, that's not true. That's not how it works. Now, everybody knows that. Even if you were too shy to ask about it, or you didn't even know, or you thought the same thing, you thought that your Guild Wars defend team was getting points while fighting based on how it did. That's not true. You just get the 2,000 points a day based on the 24 different troops, and that's it. Doesn't matter what they do, doesn't matter if they win or lose. You still get the same points, 2,000. They could crush the other team into the dirt and you still get 2,000. You could lose terribly and you still get 2,000. Doesn't matter. And then just what the stats do. The attack stat does not do anything except for give you attack, which is skull damage. Has nothing to do with your spell unless it says it in the spell. Like Rowan boosts off of armor. It says it in her spell that she boosts off of armor. If something boosts off attack, it's going to say it in its spell. Like this one doesn't say anything about attack, so it boosts off your magic then. If there's a purple number, purple means magic. Magic is purple. So his damage is based off your magic. It's not a red number. You know? It's purple. Magic is purple. His spell damage is based off your magic. So your number's going to be different than mine because you probably have a different amount of magic. Your number might say 51, or your number might say 71. Mine says 61 because it's based off my magic. And then he gets a boost. It's saying boosted by elf, elemental, and beast allies. So we get a +9 because of that. And it's ×3, so we must have 3 of those. All right, guess blue. Transform a selected mana color to green. Do we have anything? You guys see a transform that would give me an extra turn? There's purple, brown. Guess we don't have it right now. Unless I'm missing it. So let's just take brown. Don't have it. Like I said, I think this team is going to be slow. I mean, we don't have nothing right now. I don't know what the team was before. This one's not much better. The cool thing about him, though, tons of green, 33% skull reduction, inflict entangle when doing skull damage. And then you got this one, who's going to entangle. And you got a summon, a nature link. You shouldn't lose, but you're probably not going to win fast. Okay, we can do green to yellow. Or yellow to green. Gets up the king. Let's get this, though. Just going to take skulls. Skulls might be the ticket. Sucks he doesn't do scatter damage, too, so he's going to do 61 no matter how many enemies are left. Or 60, whatever. 70. You're on 26 base mythics. That's another thing I didn't know people didn't know. I'll make a video called that one day. Things I didn't know people didn't know. Gems of War, things I didn't know that people didn't know. I don't know. But, they thought that mythics were, if you fully ascended something, that's what I was talking about when I was talking about mythics. So they thought, like, this is a mythic. So when I did my last top 20 mythics or my last top 10 mythics, they're like, where's Tesla? Where's this or that? I'm like, that's not a mythic. They're like, yeah, but it's got the blue. It's got the blue color. It's a mythic. You fully ascended it. It's a mythic now. Well, whenever I talk about mythics, I'm talking about base mythics. Like, they start out as a mythic. There's a huge difference between this and a base mythic. Because their spell, and like their mana cost, and their traits, if they're a base mythic, it's going to be supposed to be way better than this, which is a base epic. It's actually kind of confusing how they did that. Where you fully ascend something and now it's a mythic, but it's not a base mythic. So beginners get confused and they'll call this a mythic. Especially if they don't have the card. And then they're just looking at my team or my video. And I'm doing a top 10 mythic or I'm doing a team. Like, yeah, but that one's a mythic. It's got the color. When it's not. You got to go by the stars, by the mana cost. You see the stars up there. I know most of y'all know this, but I'm another example of something I didn't know that people didn't know. The stars by the number, by the mana cost up there on the card. See how the diamonds are crossed? I guess they're diamonds, they're not stars. The diamonds, they got a little cross through them. So the first one, if it's crossed out, means it's a common. If the first two are crossed out, it's a rare. If the first three are crossed out, it's an ultra rare. If the first four are crossed out, it's an epic, legend, mythic. So this one is an epic. It's got the first four diamonds crossed out by its mana number. But people didn't know that. Oh, let's see. I'm going to try to get up Forest Troll. Barely any green on the board now. Let's do skulls. 8. Alright. Hey! Hmm. 70 damage. How many casts will it take on the last battle? Should've took skulls. This game's more complicated than you would think. Even when you are starting to understand everything, some things will happen before other things. I don't know how to explain it. Like storms, for example. If everything on your team has a storm, like let's say every single troop on here had a storm. The only one that's going to apply is this one, the bottom troop. So even if you think you know everything, there's other things that are more complicated, like order of operation of things happening, like traits and storms, and you can get deep with some of the mechanics. Like even I have learned things over the years. I didn't know everything 2 years ago. Like I'll learn something new every year. Pretty complicated, more than you would think. So when people call it Candy Crush, it kind of like an insult. Alright, do we got anything we can transform and get an extra turn? Because you're wasting it otherwise, in my opinion. We got brown. We use brown. But I am making these battles take way too long. Guess I'll just do brown. I don't like it. Cool. Sometimes I think too much. I have like one enemy left with barely any HP, and I'm over here doing a brain buster with smoke coming out of my ears when I could just take skulls or something and kill it. I hate when I do that. Let me find the alignment for 10 minutes when I can just take a skull and kill them because they got 30 HP left. Definitely should use an Anu on this team. I think. I mean, you got King Averlorn, but everybody else, I think we should. All right, let's do a couple more. I'm not trying to do all of them. I just want to make it a little bit harder so I can see what's up. What's up, Joshua? Is it worth using Orbs of Ascension on epic trial troops? I mean, that's up to you and how many orbs you got, and do you got Zul'Goth? Do you got Enraged Kurandara? It's more of a bounty thing you would do on bounty as a high-level player. Which I'm not calling you not a high-level player, I'm just wondering. I don't know exactly where everybody is. It's probably not worth it, depending on how many orbs you got, once again. Also, I can't use an Ethernet cable for my PS4 because the Wi-Fi router is in a different room. That sucks, bro. Yeah, I had to put my router in the same room. Lord Augustin says Labyrinth Delve is a nightmare. I agree. You got Labyrinth, Werewoods, Labyrinth, and Lazara's Lair are like the 3 hardest. Somebody's asked me that before, like, what's the hardest factions? And now I have an answer. Mike Sheard says, what level explorer do you farm on? Happy running on 12, but that takes a while. And level 1 is quick, but doesn't seem to get enough resources. Depends what you're going for. If you're going for, boss chests, you should do 12. If you're going for merchants and angels, you should do 1. If you're going for trait stones, you should probably do, I think, 1. It all depends on what you're going for on that one. If you're going for the Horde, Mimic, Mythic, you should do 12. Jamrick says, is there a certain order you recommend for going through the Underworld and getting Dells to 500, or does it even matter? Usually I go based on what event is coming up, but that's a really patient way to do it. Maybe do the easier ones first. It's just way easier during an event, especially if you're already not that far. If you're already super far, you might as well do 3 a day and try to get there without an event. But I usually do it based on what event is happening. Like, if we have a faction on the weekend, I'll get that one to 500. If we have a faction on Tuesday, if you're willing to sit there and get it all the way done on a Tuesday, just because you have double the potions, more stats, it's easier. But ones that are easy, I think, like, isn't Amnithrax a little easy? The Deep Hive, I think, is easier. So maybe those. And I'm thinking about Pure Faction. I don't know, someone like Tyrion could probably tell you. He probably has all of them done. I don't have all of them done yet. Doing it patiently. Yellow, red, 10, green, blue, let's do this. I'm gonna change red instead of taking this, because we don't use red. Oh, come on. What's the banner? There we go. What up, Crisp? MG. 3-color is Mythic. That's another way to say it. Yep. Tyrion says Tesla may be the best Mythic in the game, and it's only a legendary. Yep. MG says, yeah, it is a very complicated version of Candy Crush. Lord Augustin says, did Werewoods just yesterday. Nice job. Ruhan says, easiest Underworld Pure Faction. Lord says Deep Hive. That's probably true. Queen Beatrix. Black Glass. Do the one where you get the pet for Kingdom Upgrade. Won't let me until next week. We're just previewing this team. We're not doing the Epic Trials right now. Just previewing it. It'll let me go up to level 200. I might go all the way to 200. Tyrion says, I mean, it's easy to tackle the easy ones during non-events, but if you can spare a couple thousand gems for... Yeah, right. It costs gems, too. But, you know, you're going to dedicate a little... Well, no, you're not. Depends. Like, whenever there's a faction event and I already have it to 500, I try not to spend any gems. But if you don't have, like, the weapon yet, and you're not done with it yet, you're going to spend some gems on it anyway. So you can minus whatever gems you were going to spend on it anyway. But it's going to cost quite a... like, 2,500. But you're probably going to spend at least 500 anyway to get the event done, to get the weapon. So it's really only costing you like an extra 2,000 or 1,500 or something to get it all the way done. And it's easier your horde potions, your event potions. They stack. A lot of them do. Some of them don't. Like, you're not going to get 2 explosions or 2 enchants. But you'll get double the power potions and stuff like that. Or you definitely don't get 2 enchants. I know that for sure. I don't know how they would do that anyway. Like, maybe when you... Maybe the second enchant potion would go off after you use the first one. Alright, do we have the conversion? Green to yellow. Oops! Man, I'm an idiot. Should have cast this. We got him right back up, though, so no big deal. But all the green's gone now. Attack and life. Might as well give it attack. 7 is low. Nine. Let's just try it. King Everlorn. Only thing that can do damage, really. Let's do this. Maybe that's how you win this. Maybe you just boost up forest. You boost up Forest Troll's attack really high and you take skulls. Maybe it's not King Everlorn. Maybe we could put Earth Dreamer right behind Forest Troll and just keep casting it on Forest Troll, get a ton of attack and life. There's like 3 different ways you could play this trial. You could intentionally lose a troop and try to summon in a better Forest of Thorns troop like Rowan, King Bloodwood, Yasmin. You could play it where you just do King Everlorn spells and try to knock him down with that. Or you could use the Earth Dreamer on the Forest Troll, boost its attack to the moon, and then take skulls. We just got to figure out which one's the best way to go about it. And it might be the last one. Because you're also boosting his life. I might try that. We got 11 blue. Is there any alignment? Yep. And this uses green too, so I might try that. It is nice when he kills like that, though. I'm talking about super duper high last battle for the epic trial. Maybe you do Earth Dreamer over and over and over on Forest Troll and just kill him with skulls. And then if you happen to lose Forest Troll, you got a summon. Let's try that for one battle. We would switch to seasons. That's why you would do this. I have more chances to think of a better strategy than someone that already has all their challenges done. You're going to start out bare naked, buck naked, right in the epic trials. Now, King Everlorn is super blocked, but will also make a ton of green. He'll get some eventually. I can still cast him. Like, Earth Dreamer also has Bark Skin, but I like how the Forest Troll has the Entangle. Green Seer has that too, but it's random. Forest Troll will entangle their first troop every time. So that's why I'm going to keep him right there. What if you put King Averlorn in first slot, Earth Dreamer in second? I don't know. Let's try this. Thinking about all the options. Tyrion says, I did a lot of both. Worked on easy ones daily, then worked on weekend events as they came around, and finished off harder ones in Faction Tuesdays. Super Enchant. Yeah, four mana per turn. We've thought of some ideas in this stream. We got the Skull, the new heroic Skull gem, where your whole team jumps to the other team and punches them in the face. Like your 4 slot does skull damage to their 4 slot. Your 3 slot does skull damage to their 3 slot. 2 to 2, 1 to 1. It's the way it is right now, it's just 1 to 1. There should be a heroic gem that's some sort of skull, where your whole team jumps across and punches them in the face. Like an AoE skull. Heroic gem. Those life and attack... Yeah, exactly. With this potions from Horde level, I don't buy events at all. 175. Go to 177, dude. That's a soft cap, and it's right there. 177, you'll get 2 more magic, I think. Especially if you have the Associated Kingdom. Just take a look at it next time you do an event, if you still have any. Try 177 Horde level. It's 2 away, and you would get 2 more magic. It's totally worth it. Alright, this strategy, we're just going to cast Earth Dreamer over and over and over on Forest Troll. And take skulls. Oops, come on. Any extra turns? No? There's not a way to make skulls, so it still might be slow, but it's almost safer because you're giving Forest Troll a bunch of life as you do it. I guess I'll cast this, though. A little bit of help. Check it out, watch. Ooh, that was a lot of damage. 9. Let's do this. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Here we go. Come on. Nah, I should have cast King Averlorn. Wow, did you see that? Exactly what I'm talking about. That was a crack, crack, crack. Those last 2 had full health, I think, except for one King Averlorn. So we weakened them slightly. Alright, here's the last battle. Let's try it again. I think this is going to work. It's not all about giving attack to Forest Troll, it's also the life. And then the Forest Troll entangling every time it does skull damage. It's like super safe. Then excess green goes to your King Averlorn. You could summon if you need it. You can also chip them down and help the Forest Troll. I think this is the way to go, especially late for an epic trial. Early on, do the King Averlorn over and over and over. That's the way to go. But once you get into epic trials, I think this is the way to go. I mean, you just saw it in action. Crack, crack, crack. See ya. Okay. We want Earth Dreamer. Some skulls. Get them entangled. Could do blue. Skulls again, though. Take every single skull. Alright, let's do yellow. There's Earth Dreamer. do it. Red, purple, brown. Red, 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 right here. Earth Dreamer. I think we get a death mark here. Yup. And then King Averlorn, because why not? I mean, unless you're saving it for a summon, which might happen later. Skulls. Get out of here. This. Now this. We got, this. And then, just keep doing it. If you don't got skulls, do King Averlorn. Here they are. Purple. Earth Dreamer. I thought Earth Dreamer was gonna suck, but it's pretty much how you win. That with, I don't know, they're all, maybe that's what they were thinking when they made the team, but that's giving them a lot of credit for something I didn't realize till just now. I doubt it. It's up to us to figure this stuff out. Like how I figured out Pan's Veil. Me and Tyrion kinda together figured that out. We had to over-explain it to other people before they finally adopted it and got it done. Alright, Earth Dreamer. Let's keep doing it. Life and Skulls. Life and Attack. Yeah, leave them for me. Aw, freaking, okay. Well, if we use King Averlorn, they're probably going to take the Skulls. If I take the Skulls, then at least I can do damage this way. Okay, green and brown. Oh, yeah. Woo, see ya. This isn't fast, but I think it's gonna work. Type stuff. Plus the Forest Troll with all the green, the extra turn, maybe Skulls happen. Stupid barriers getting on my nerves, though. Like, when I do this, usually we'll get an extra turn, and maybe there's some Skulls after that happens. Well, not always. Sure. Blue and yellow. There's blue. I'd rather have green. Here we go. 415 attack right now. You know what's going to happen in the epic, like the final epic trial battle? That first slot's going to go down quick, but we'll be giving it life. I don't know. I hope it works. Might not. You might have to put something in front of it. But then you're giving attack and life to that thing, so whatever it is. We'll see, though. We got 3 different strategies to try. The King Averlorn all the way strategy. The summon in a different troop Forest of Thorns strategy. Or the Earth Dreamer Forest Troll strategy with Skulls. So I guess we'll see. Pan's Veil was slow and painful, that's for sure. It was like constipation. What do you guys think for the epic trials? Which strategy are you going to try? Earth Dreamer or King Averlorn or summon in something else? The funnest one would be like trying to summon in Rowan or King Bloodwood or something, but that's a RNG, probably not going to happen type of deal. And you have to like die first. You're putting yourself behind the 8-ball right away. Like not taking skulls or something, or whatever. You're sacrificing something on your team to try to get in something else. And it might be something crappy. Then the Earth Dreamer route where you're giving attack and life to your first slot. Forest Troll entangles, so you're not getting backfired too bad. The only time is like after you get that kill and they're not entangled yet. You could take a really heavy skull hit right there. You just gotta be careful. Maybe have some sort of either have Forest Troll ready to go or Green Seer, so you can get an extra turn or get a bunch of green. I don't know. You got 2 left, Lord Augustin. Labyrinth and Hellgate. Labyrinth is hard, yeah. Hellgate, I forget. I don't know if I did that one. Alright, an hour and a half deep in this live stream. Let's check on the train. It's for fun. Is it cruising? Got Ruhan, Engineer. We got Chad, Conductor. We got Shannon, Big Bicep Bodyguard. Weren't you the Big Bicep Bodyguard quite a bit back in the day? I remember like saying your name a bunch. The tattoo on your face with the giant biceps. Guarding Chad and Ruhan. There's a door in between. Like they're in the engine car. You're outside of the door of the engine car with your arms crossed. You don't let nobody in there. You do some judo and throw them out the window. Stacy with the 2. Appreciate it. The bandit kicker. Or you might have to shovel today. I don't see Glorfindel. We have Trey. Rocket launching off the top. And I think that's all. It got a quick start. It had real good acceleration. It's still rolling. It's still got the momentum, though, from that quick start. Okay. But they're starting to converge. Quick start. Still got the momentum. But up ahead, you see a giant horde. We're going to have to burst through. Anyway, let's do some world event. Or dungeon. I don't know. Let's see if we even need to do this. Yeah, we do. It's really close, though. Queen Beatrix all the way. This is simple. Or King Gobtruffle. I'm not mad at either one. A Boreal Crystal or Osh's Tome. Not mad at all at either one. Both ways will work. Both ways are good. You could even do a combination. Do a little King Gobtruffle, Queen Beatrix. Get a little cheeky with it, you know? Don't follow the crowd. Be a contrarian with your Queen Beatrix and King Gobtruffle. Tyrion says, I feel like green spam at beginning and casting Averlorn and buffers, but they feel like the more important troops and put in 3 and 4 slots, whichever order. Yeah, I guess I don't have to have Earth Dreamer in 2nd slot. I could put Green Seer in 2nd slot, protect it more, but if Green Seer's getting hit, that means Forest Troll's probably dead. And your whole strategy's out the window anyway, so I don't think that's what you were saying, but Forest Troll, Earth Dreamer. They both have a 33% skull reduction. You're giving life to Forest Troll. It's entangling. It like has to be in 1st slot. Forest Troll. Every single team I did, or every single idea, I had that in 1st slot. We'll see, though. You never know. Once you get to those epic trials, everything could change. The strategy. We just need Beatrix, please. And that's it. Thank you. Joshua says our new dog ran out of the house and almost got hit by a car. Oh my god. My dog, Joshua, my dog just did that. I think yesterday. But he's a good boy. He used to run outside and just go crazy. But the older he gets, the more good he is. Like he like walked outside, stood there, looked up, and then came back in. Yo, what up, Superior? Is it possible? Is it possible to complete Reward 12 just by all 30 guild members using all free SIGs? I don't know. It's always hard to get all 30 guild members to use all their sigils. And you would have to... I don't know how you would know. I guess everybody would have the same score. Or close to the same score, depending on how they picked. That's the ideal situation, though, huh? Your whole guild does the same amount, and it's the exact amount that you need. That would be perfect. That way nobody's spending extra. Buff and Summoner and back feels correct. Shannon with the 5. Thank you so much. Now you got more power. Your biceps have grown even bigger. Maybe you have a MiniMi next to you that you can sacrifice, like a pet. Maybe now you have a shotgun. You just leveled up, bro. If you lose green spam, you lose it and summon in something else. Yep. Bullet Train Bodyguard. Yeah. Ruhan says, in my guild, it's hard to make 20 people do anything. I think that's every single guild in it. Even if you have a good guild, some people have an off week, some people are on vacation, some people want to do the bare minimum. You're never going to have all 30 people on the same page, it feels like. Even in the good guilds. DC United, what up, bro? Joshua says, one game fact I just learned is that the new mythics, after they leave that initial drop table, they can't be gotten from chests for a few weeks. Yeah, that's true. Pretty much any new thing that comes into the game, especially for free-to-play, they're kind of out of the drop table for a while after they come in. When it's a bad mythic, you're like waiting for it to get out of there. You can't wait for it to get out of there. Once a new one, you just get it as soon as possible. There's like a whole week where the only mythic you're going to get is Cantor. Luckily, that's over now. But he was a really average mythic. Lord says only Hellgate and Labyrinth are marked impossible in our guild table of delves. I'll have to look at Hellgate then. Superior says, I'm only asking because I've seen posts where it's always recommended to buy tier 2 or 3. Just makes it easier for you, like, maybe not for the whole guild, but for you, because tier 2, you get the explode potion, the enchant potion. You usually want to buy up to a weapon. That's the first thing. If it's a new weapon in an event, you want to buy up to the weapon, because it's the cheapest way you're going to get it. You're already going to do the event anyway. You're probably already going to buy up to tier 2, no matter whether there's a weapon or not. So to buy that one extra tier to get a brand new weapon and not spend diamonds on it later, it's the best time to do it. So if there's ever a weapon in an event, buy up to the weapon to get it. Especially if you're mid-game, end-game. If you're a beginner, you're just doing what you can. You might not buy anything because you don't have the gems. But like mid-game and up, you should be buying up to the weapon in every event if there's a weapon there that you don't have. So that automatically gives you the 2 potions that are the best, which is Enchant and Explode. So if you already have the weapon, or there isn't a weapon, you should probably buy up to tier 2. It's just to make it easier. The Explode and the Enchant just make it so much easier to do the event. Like, take advantage of those potions. Get a few extra sigils. Running an event without the Explode and the freaking Enchant is annoying. Like, I just did the raid event Thursday night before the event started, like made the teams, and I didn't have Explode or Enchant, and it's so annoying. And I know the teams are good, and I'm like, man, if I just had that freaking explode and enchant right now, I could actually show the team working like it should. That initial explosion really helps to get your first troop up. And that enchant, if something's already started with 50% mana and then it gets 2 mana every turn, it's getting up really quick. It's way better than having no potions. And then your bottom troop is like struggling to get mana, or... Because the enchant potion enchants your whole team, so even your bottom troop is getting 2 mana every turn. But that's basically why. It's just for yourself. To make it easier. If you're early in the game and you don't have a lot of gems, you should definitely try not to buy anything in the shop. But most people that are mid-game or in-game, they just want to make it through the event as fast as possible. So they buy... And you might need more sigils, because you're... Like I said, the whole guild is never on the same page, and there's going to be 20 people that do more than the bottom 10. And those top 20 are the ones really getting it done, and the bottom 10 are just trying to not get kicked out or whatever, you know? But in an ideal world, I think everybody would buy tier 2 or something, and everybody would do the same amount, and everybody would get the same score. That way nobody else had to buy up to tier 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. But it might be possible not buying any if the whole guild uses all their free sigils, but I'm not sure. I remember when, for the World event, Hawks used to put down like how many sigils you would have to buy to do your share. That was so nice. Unfortunately, she doesn't play this game anymore because of all the transgressions by the developers. Lost a good person from the community because of the devs. I used to read that every week on my weekly preview or my spoilers or something. Gary still does it and everything, but it's nice with the both of them. They're probably like the coolest people that didn't make videos type stuff. They just made like guides on the internet, which is old school. I used to look at guides back in the day. I used to sleep with my Final Fantasy VII strategy guide. Look at the, what are they called? The special move that each character does? The breaker? What is it called? Limit breaker. I had to think of it before somebody put it in the comments, because I'm not an idiot. I remember that game. Final Fantasy VII. Limit breaker, right? Used to use it as a pillow, the strategy guide. Snuggle up with it. Look at all the limit breakers. All the summons. Knights of the Round. Titan. What was the coolest summon in Final Fantasy VII back in the day? What's your top 3? What do you got? Do you remember any of them? Bahamut. I used to like Titan because it was so simple. Isn't that what it is? Wasn't Titan the one where he like walks up and he flips the earth in front of you? Or in front of the enemy? Like squashes you with the earth? Ifrit. Yeah, Ifrit was awesome. Shiva. Was it Shiva? Sheva? Neo Bahamut. Yeah, what's your favorite limit breaker from, or summon? What's your favorite summon from Final Fantasy VII? Old school. Titan was just so simple, and you get it really early in the game. I used to love that one. Shiva. Knights of the Round was sick, but you get that so late in the game. I think you can get it early, but I got it late. Most people get it late. Did you guys beat Ruby and Emerald? I never did. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that I did. I fought one of them, and I got crushed. But I definitely beat the game. I beat Sephiroth, Geneva, whatever the heck. I don't even remember. I even got like Yuffie and Red. What's the dude's name? Somebody say it before I do. Vincent. Ah, you can't do it. Vincent and Limit Breakers. Final Fantasy VIII, that's a good one. That's the one that everybody hates, right? I played that one and I beat it. That one, there's a simple way you can cheese that game. And people, I don't think a lot of people know about it. Everybody hates it because it was different. That's what always happens. Whenever there's a game that everybody loves and they want the next one. So Final Fantasy VII or Dark Souls or Resident Evil or Silent Hill or whatever. There's a game that you love. It's like the best one ever. Final Fantasy VII or like Resident Evil 4 or Silent Hill 3. Like then everybody wants that next game. And if they change anything and it's a little bit different, everybody hates it. They're like, that's not what we wanted. And that's what always happens. Like Final Fantasy VIII was slightly different. So everybody hated it. Silent Hill 4 was slightly different. Everybody hated it. Dark Souls 2 was slightly different. Everybody hated it. Resident Evil 5 or whatever. Resident Evil 6, whatever one it was that everybody hated. It was soon after the one that everybody loves. That happens quite a bit. But I usually like those games because I'm not as critical. It's like, you know, they're trying something new. They can't make the exact same game again. Most people want that. They want like the exact same game again, just more of it or something. Oh yeah, the card game. And you draw magic out of the earth. I forget what it's called. But there was this one island you could go to and you could draw all the best magic out of the earth, and then you have like this really powerful magic and just crush the game. And that's what I did. In Final Fantasy VIII. I think that's the one with Squall. Is that right? Squall? The dude with the black hair? He looks like a freaking Cloud, but he's like Wish Cloud. Dollar Store Cloud. I think that's the one I'm thinking of. You draw magic out of the earth, there's Squall. Yeah. I think most people like 9. Like 7 and 9, I think, are the ones people like the most out of that period of time. Like, I'm sure there's new ones that are good too, but let me go back in the chat a little bit here. Yeah, it's a shame she's gone, Superior Hawks. MG says, for events except TOD, the answer is no. You have to buy tiers. Moggy, how's it going? I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. MG says, Friday, new mythics enter the drop pool immediately. Oh, is that true? Yeah, it used to be like that, though. Joshua says, extra Nisha Metal past 3 feels a little lackluster at this point. I'd rather just use Glory Orbs. I mean, you kind of need both, but yeah. To metal all the good mythics, you're going to have to attack it from both angles. Like orbs and metals. Because it costs quite a bit. But at first, just to get the first couple done. But yeah, I go towards the orb side more than the metal side. Moggy says, I used to get more mythics years ago when I bought... When you bought ROW. Do you think it makes a difference at all with the drop rate? Ring of Wonder. Okay, I was trying to think of what you're talking about. I don't think it matters. You never know, though. They do love their money. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's supposed to matter. So the answer is no. It's not supposed to matter if you have the Ring of Wonder. That would definitely be a pay to win. Some of them are doable on Tuesday without tiers, and you already have a chance at Horde 100 and Explosions, right? So if I already have a faction at 500 and it's all the way done, it's already all the way done. I won't buy any potions. I'll try to do it for free. And it's possible sometimes. It's like 50-50. Sometimes you'll be staring at like one... You need like one more battle. You need to buy that 30 gem first tier potion if you want that orb. Definitely been there. I had a weird class event where I didn't get through it. Like 99% of the time, I'll get all the way through the class event, get my 25 gems, you know, for free. I had a weird one recently where I didn't get a Vow Raven or something. I don't know if it flew away, but I doubt it. I almost wanted to save the footage and go back and look, because that's never happened to me before. Has anybody else ever had that happen on class event? You're trying to do it for free, and you didn't make it to the 25 gem? That's only happened to me one time, and it was recently. Lord says, in this week's event, Tier 3 is mandatory to buy for everyone in the guild. Superior says, wasn't there one called Visha or Sheva? Yeah, I think Sheva. Or the monster in the sea with millions of life. Fast 10, your sea. Magi. Been busy, but I'm back. And hey, they do love their money, that's for sure. I mean, who doesn't? But they're a little bit on the greedy side. MG says happened 2 to 3 times in the last years in class trial for me. Final Fantasy IX Remake. Is that coming out? Is that out? Huh? I wish I paid more attention to video game news. What's up, Funky Town, Texas? We are nearing the end of the tracks today, but we still got some momentum. Like, we've done everything I said I would do type stuff. That's what I mean. World event, trials, raid, all the relevant stuff. Forest of Thorns next week. Yeah, they keep pushing back that Adana Legends Reborn. I wonder why. Does anybody know? I wonder when 7.0 is coming out, too. Because next week looks really boring. Forest of Thorns pretty boring, just as a kingdom. The best troop you get for free. There's no good weapons. I shouldn't be saying this, because y'all, somebody out there won't watch the spoilers. Because I'm saying it's a boring week. It'll make all my views go down. Next week's a boring week with nothing going on. I wonder why my views are down. But, you know, I'm always too honest for my own good. We got Arena. Freaking Arena. Forest of Thorns, boring. Arena, boring. Archer class event. Archer's good. But class event, boring. No matter what. Next week, it's one of those weeks where you tackle something else. Hey, you'll still watch. Appreciate that. Got like bad sinuses right now. My mouth is dry. Weather changing. Maybe it's allergies. I don't know. I got like both. Not bad, but just bad enough. It's annoying. You watch for the rants? I think I had one earlier. It's probably the Wild King versus the Wild Queen. That's the one I remember anyway. Oh yeah, and tampons, yep. So yeah, if you didn't hear the tampon rant or the Wild King versus the Wild Queen rant, those were the two for the day. Put them on the marquee. I might just finish this up. 3 more sigils. It's easy. Joshua says, does anyone know how many F words occur in that Strays dog movie for those who saw it? I don't know. Devs are on vacation. Oh yeah, that's... Now watch there be a bug or something. You know how it goes. As soon as they're on vacation, the game like blows up. And there's no one to fix it. And they're slow to act even when they're not on vacation. Wasn't that Christmas or something? Kris Kringle? They were on holiday and people got banned. I think that's what it was. Whenever they go on vacation, something happens. Bring out the ban hammers. No problem, Funky Town. I was talking about that too, how a lot of us have been busy. Summer slowed down. I totally understand. Views are down a little bit, but it's expected. Even I yesterday couldn't play very much. Dervicious? Hey, what up, Dervicious? Dude, the other day when you were ranting about people at stop sign? Yeah. Yeah, dude. That's what I figure. Like, if the chat's not going crazy about a rant, I know there's somebody out there that feels me. Somebody will watch after the fact, and they'll be like, yeah, I freaking hate that. Maybe everybody in the chat drives slow. I don't know. And I'm not a speed demon. I go like 5 over. Sometimes people will be up my butt. Because they want to go 15 over when I'm going 5 over. That's my strategy with driving. I go 5 over if it's like a back road. And I go 10 over on the highway. And I've never gotten pulled over for doing that. I feel like it's in the policeman handbook. You're not allowed to pull people over until they're at least going 7 or 8 over on a back road or 12 or 13 over on the highway. You can't pull somebody over in a 45 if they're going 47. Can't pull somebody over on the highway if it's 65 and they're going 72. I knew they were going to do that. That's why I took some myself. Ugh. Now there's no green to explode. I wish they would pull more people over for going slow, because that's against the law too. You can't impede traffic. It's probably way lower though. Like if it's 45, you probably have to be going like 25 to get in trouble. But it does work the other way around. You can impede traffic by going too slow. You can't like have your blinkers on and going 10. Unless there's something wrong with your vehicle. I just think it's very selfish. If you're too old to be on the road, like, that's dangerous. Have somebody else drive you. I know it's not possible for everybody. There's Uber now. You can call, you can get a ride. Taxis, Ubers. You know what I mean? Your grandson. Your son. If you're super old and you can't drive properly, there's got to be somebody that loves you that'll drive you around. Hopefully you have a little bit of money stashed away for an Uber. I know you want to be independent and everything, but driving super slow is not the answer. Plus, you want to get places faster. You don't want to spend all that time on the road. You only got so much time left. Just driving around all slow. That's what you want the last 20% of your life to be? I'd be like hurrying up. I want to hurry and get somewhere. Go get some action. Last 20% of my life. Time is ticking. Hurry up and get there. So you can do something. Make a memory. You're never going to remember yourself driving around slow. That's not making a memory. And everybody behind you is cussing up a storm. Call your grandson. And then close your eyes. Put in some headphones. Let them drift you there. Maybe we'll be able to teleport one day. That'd be awesome. I want to teleport. Like, I'm hungry. I want McDonald's. And you just, like, snap your fingers. You're in line. McDonald's. Getting a nasty cheeseburger. Tastes like plastic. It's that American cheese, I'm telling you. That cheese is nasty. You gotta get the chicken. It's the McDonald's rant. McDonald's is trash. Out of the dumpster. Who disagrees that McDonald's is trash? I won't turn it down. It's not complete trash. I like the nuggets. Stupid idiot with the submerge. Come on. There we go. I think I'd rather eat Burger King hamburger. And they're trash too. It's getting quite active in my household, y'all. I might have to get off here soon. I appreciate everybody, though. I would stay longer if I could. My household is getting active and loud. It's usually my cue to get out of here. And that's why I'm starting the live streams earlier and earlier. Like Wednesday, 10:30. Next Saturday, 10:15. We're going to keep scaling it back. So we can go longer, basically. Like, potentially. Not always. But we'll have the option. Otherwise, the dogs are going to be barking. Kids are going to be knocking. Screaming. Burning cartwheels on fire. lighting themselves on fire and doing a cartwheel, burning up the carpet. Screaming, burning cartwheels is how I describe it. If you have a household full of children, get ready for screaming, burning cartwheels all around you. Burning up the carpet, stinking up the house, and hurting your ears, and giving you a headache. The smell and the noise equals headache, but that's how I describe it to people. If you have multiple children, 3 or 4, as some people say 2 is easier than 1, right? Because the 1 can play with the other. But once you get into the 3 and the 4, it's screaming, burning cartwheels. Just believe me on that. Sebastian, what up, man? I'm about to get out of here. I used up all my sigils. That's cool. Ooh, look at that. I've been getting all these random stars recently. What the heck is that for? Oh, Mechanist. I probably got a level on Mechanist. I've been going for that. Now I gotta go to 100. Sweet. Well, that's what I'm working on. Glory. Let's do dungeon real fast. Let's go fail the dungeon real quick. Oh my god, dude. I picked the same rooms back to back to back to back to back to back, and I fail back to back to back to back to back to back. You see that? I got stairs, which suck, and I got the trap. 2 out of 3. And it's never been the bottom 3 either. I used to pick the bottom 3, right? 4, 5, 6. This was after they fixed it. Because before they fixed it, there was a tool, and I would use the tool. But after they fixed it, I was doing 4, 5, 6 every day. And it stopped working at a point. And I didn't get any perfects for like weeks, months. So I switched it to 2, 3, 6. And I still haven't got a perfect. And the bottom 3, it hasn't been the bottom 3 either. So I don't know what that's about. Like, I haven't seen the bottom 3. Like, I've never been like, man, if I was still picking the bottom 3. If I was still picking the bottom 3, I would still be not getting perfects. I switched to 2, 3, 6, and I'm still not getting them. I just had the worst luck. Alright, I'm going to do a couple vault keys. I've been slacking. Let's do an epic. I was trying to open at least 20 a day, and I've been slacking hard. Mr. Extreme! Alright, Moggy. Have a good day. Mario World. McDonald's sucks. Does anyone lose their cool if someone honks their horn at you? Yeah. I always just act like they're not honking it at me. Even if they are. I'm a little, I don't know. I don't honk the horn enough. Like, my old lady will be like, honk the horn at them. I give people too much time. So you think I'm crazy and, like, I'm speeding around, honking at people, flipping them off? It's not true. I'll give you plenty of time. I'm talking about the extreme. People sitting at stoplights for like a minute straight with it green. Then I'll honk. I give them plenty of time. I have lots of leeway. I'm pretty patient. But around here, it's crazy. So if it's not crazy where you live, you're probably thinking like I'm a lunatic flipping people off and ripping them out of their cars and honking my horn all day. But it's ridiculous around here. They're either driving 20 miles an hour, or they're driving on the wrong side of the road, or they're backing into each other and crashing. Hey, and a good 360 to end on. That's 3 streams in a row where we ended on something amazing from the vault. We got the giant best pet orb. We got the giant best glory orb. And now we got 360 gems. It's a really good drop. It was an epic vault key, but still really good. On that one epic vault key, I happened to get the gems from Cedric. But I'm going to get out of here because the kids are waking. Yeah, they're getting crazy. But appreciate y'all. Let me catch up in the chat first. Where was Mario World? Is that a guild? Ruhan. Glorfindel, thank you so much, bro, for the 5. Really appreciate it. Hi, and see you later. Just dipping in for 2 minutes. Am at work. Have fun all. Thanks, man. When Cinny is complaining about lack of views this week, we will all know why. Yeah, it's because there's a boring week coming up. I try not to blame it on myself. Bring out the ban hammers. Or I got banned, right? Moggy says some bugs are handy. The apologies bring gifts. Yeah, sometimes people, if there's a useful bug, they still run to the forum. I don't get it. Like, at least enjoy the useful bug for a couple days. We don't need to keep it in the game forever. I don't want the game to be unfair. But if there's a useful bug, at least let a YouTuber tell everybody, and then everybody can go, like, take advantage of it for a couple days, and then go tell the devs. Like, don't do it immediately. It's like you want a cookie or something. You're gonna go, hey guys, guess what? You know, there's extra gems. If you click on this button, everybody's getting 500 extra gems. I just, like a teacher's pet? Come on, man. Let everybody get their gems first. And then go tell them. Don't go tell that right away. Like, wait a couple days. 2-3 days. I can't believe the devs are still messing up the event drop table, and that was with an old Mythic too. Yeah, that's crazy with the current Dara. Like, why? Has he not been in there before? Like, how does that even happen? It should automatically happen. I don't get it. Do they have to, like, manually type in certain troops to keep out of the drop table? Like, how does that happen? How did they leave Kurandara out of the drop table? Does anybody know? Are they, like, manually typing in Enraged Kurandara and, like, the faction troops to keep them out of the event key drop table? And they accidentally typed in Kurandara? I don't understand. Like, how it got left out. It should be, like, an automatic thing. Every troop from that kingdom goes into the event key drop table, except for faction troops. Except for special troops. It should happen automatically. That makes me think they're, like, manually typing it in or something stupid. Like, how did Kurandara get left out? It's a mythic from that kingdom. It's not a special mythic. It's not a faction troop. It should automatically go in there. It wasn't like the same kingdom week as the mythic type of deal, like with the Arachnean Weaver. That was more understandable. The Arachnean Weaver Gate was more understandable. Our Proxy Avenger was the new mythic at the exact same time that it was, you know, Zalkari Event Week or whatever. Where then she took over the event key drop table. So only thing you could get was Arc Proxy Avenger because she took over the event key drop table. Like a mythic will take over the glory keys or the gem keys and be the only one available. That was more understandable. I don't get the Kurandara thing because it wasn't. Yeah. Or was it? Am I tripping? Oh, well, no. Maybe. Nah, Cantor's not a, It would have to be that Cantor is a, Urskaya troop. It's not, right? Anyway, I don't know. It seems stupid that they left Kurandara out. I don't understand. Chad goes 5 over as well. Yeah. Funky Town says life is RNG. Moggy says, I'm a boring driver, keep to the limit. Slow if someone's up my butt. Yeah. I do that too. If you're riding my ass and you're being a jerk, I'll slow down on purpose. But this isn't what's happening. I'm not riding people's butts. It's like a person going super slow. I stay back a car or two, and I'm just yelling. I was like furious from there. I'm not going to ride your butt if you're going slow. I might go around you. You're not going to go any... Most people don't go faster if you ride their bumper. That's not how it works. You think that's how it works if you're an a-hole and you're riding people's bumpers. You're thinking, oh, I'm going to intimidate them into driving faster. That works the complete opposite with me. I'm going to go slower. I know you're mad and you're riding my ass, so I'm going to make it even worse by going slower. But that's not what's happening with me. I'm not riding people's asses. They're just going slow. And I'm back at least a whole car. Just furious, like, ah! Cursing up a storm. Dervicious says, I saw pull him over for going 5 below. I say pull them over for going 5 below. Yeah. Joshua says, I'm going to Universal Studios Hollywood in a few days. Any ride for you? Okay. Maybe that's what the Mario thing was. Ruhan, drive faster. You don't have so much time left. Glorf says, where I live, it's like a perpetual episode of the Wacky Races. Brian Walker. Beam it up, Scotty, yeah. Sane, you like the cheap hamburgers? I think I'd rather make a hamburger at home, but I'll still eat it. Just tastes weird. The Junior Chicken, yeah. Happy Meal. Get the toy. No new Mythic right now. Only the first of the month. First Friday of the month. Thanks for the stream. Bull. Alright, Moggy Bull, I'm out of here too. Just catching up in the chat. Wow, Mr. Extreme, you got your 3rd perma-ban. You always make it sound much worse, though. Like, you're just banned from the chat, right? Whenever people see ban, they think you're banned from the game. And then people start to freak out because you're a guild leader. You might want to specify that you're banned from the chat. I got people freaking out about it sometimes, and I have to, like, explain. No, he's not banned from the game. He's just banned from the chat. Chill out. Brian says McDonald's is trash, although I feel like it is children's food. Place is only as good as its workers. That's true. See you back in 1 day. Or see you back 1 day. 1 perfect in 1 month. I haven't got a perfect in like 3 months. I swear. Funky does 256. Do the same rooms every day. I know. I just went on such a bad streak of doing that I switched it. Which probably isn't the right answer, but I'm so frustrated that I switched to something else. I was doing the bottom row for months. No perfects. To keep my sanity, I had to switch it. And now I'm going to do this for months. I'm not like switching it every day. But yeah, you're right. You should keep the same 3. Because it's supposed to be complete RNG. You too, DC. Appreciate you, man. Joshua says, finally got Venoxia and Scylla recently. Yeah, Venoxia is a good legendary that's underrated. True damage to all. Can loop. And Scylla has a good 3rd trait. She's good for this team that I was using here. Not too much else, but... Tyrion says, me at Christmas. I was going to play Gems of War, but I got banned. I was going to match a bunch of gems, but I got banned. And now I can't even collect tribute. And I know why. Because I got banned. Because I got banned? Oh, I see. Doing a song. Final Fantasy X was your favorite? Yeah, you should try 7. Just chat. Instead of Raid Boss, Forest of Thorns, Trials, Preview, World Event, I should put Just Chat. You're banned from Just Chat, though. That's what you mean. Bull says, I got 3 perfects this week after switching it from doing the top row for the last 60 days. Brian says, technically, unless posted, going under speed limit is not illegal. It is mostly interstates that have minimum speed limits. Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably mostly for the highway and stuff. Dervicious says, that's true. Alright, I gotta go, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel, comment below. And I'll see y'all next time. We got spoilers tomorrow. World event scoring after that. World event team video after that. Weekly preview after that. Tuesday faction. Teams at reset. Hopefully, basically. Hopefully. And then Wednesday is the next live stream. Gonna shoot for 10:30 a.m. start time. Wednesday. Gems of War live stream. Next one. But I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for joining me today. Chad, Clip Bomb, Brian Walker, Dervicious, Bull, Mr. Extreme, Shannon, DC United, Sane Hahuri, Tyrion Shark, Joshua, DC Tyrion, Joshua, Wonderful Chad, Sane, Moggy, Funky Town. Good to see you back, Moggy. Mr. Extreme, Bull. Sebastian was here today. Funky Town. Ruhan Robinson. Tyrion, Extreme, DC, Sane, Dervicious, Brian, Ruhan, Moggy, Chad, Glorfindel. Glorfindel with the 5. Thanks, man. Keeps me going. Really appreciate it. Sane, Tyrion, Funky Town, Moggy, Bull. Funky Town with the 5. Thank you so much. Legend. MG was here today. Good to see ya. Ruhan. Superior was here. MG, Superior. Lord Augustin. Those some of those people that keep me in check. Joshua, DC, Shannon with the 5. Legend. Lord Augustin, Tyrion. Tim was here. He's playing Diablo 4 right now. I gotta finish Elden Ring. And if it hasn't been too long since Diablo was released, I might play it on the channel. So if I hurry up and beat Elden Ring, I might start putting out some Diablo videos. If it's too late, though, I don't know. Crisp Purpose was here. Black Glass. I gotta say that name carefully. Tyrion, Jam Ricks, Mike Sheard. Ruhan, Bull. Mike. Shannon, MG, JM Ricks, Mike, Chalky? That's a new name. Make it a habit. Tone Smokeoff was here. Good to see ya. Lord. Chalky, Beg for Mercy. Bull. Tyrion, Chalky, Stacy. Won't let me go back any further, but appreciate the donos today, everybody. If I didn't say it again. I'm sure I've already said it twice, but I like to say it 3 times. But anyway, I'm out of here. You guys are the best. Let me go to the bottom. See ya, DC, Dervicious, Trey, Sane, Bull, Brian. See y'all. Have a good day. You're the best. Peace out. Later, Chad, if I didn't say Chad.